All right, I think I'm up on one device. Let me try on this one so I can see what I'm doing. All right, girls, we are up and moving. Hello, everyone. I am so glad to be back. I've been off for a couple of weeks with an awful cold. I'm back today and feeling much better. Still have a little tickle in my throat, so I have my fisherman's friends just in case I start coughing, but I think we'll be okay. My name is, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shel Anderson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Today we are going to be doing 2 cards following a sketch that I had ready for you guys a couple of weeks ago. But the twist is we are going to be using new products. So why don't I show you the new products first? Almost showed you the sketch first. Did you see that? This is a new bundle that will be coming out in the new catalog. It is called Thoughtful Wishes, and it is fabulous. It is a cling stamp set, and it has a coordinating die set. Now, the greetings that are in this set are: dearest friends, thinking of you fondly, I appreciate you, you make life better, thanks, and missing you. So this is a fabulous greeting set. Then it has this stamp, and there's a die to cut this out. This stamp, and there's a die to cut that out. And this stamp, which do not have dies. So let me find them here to show you what's going on. This one will cut this one, and this one will cut this one, okay? But it's all about the extras. Check that out. It's like, I don't know which way is easier for you to see. Probably like that. It's like a floral spray. And then there is either some brush or some greenery. And then there's this one, which is a standalone flower, another standalone flower, and the rest of these I'll just show you on the magnet sheet. This is 2 leaves together, and then there are 4 single leaves as well. Super, super cute. Love it. All right, let me get these pieces put back on here so I don't lose them. And we will pop them in the stamp case because I've already got my stamps out. And now I want to show you the paper. Oh my heavens. Hey Debbie, glad you could join us. Hi Pam. This is the, what's it called? Thoughtful Journey 6x6 DSP. There's 48 sheets. This is part of this suite. There's another DSP, a specialty DSP, and some embellishments. I do not have those. I will get them, but I'm going to flip through this DSP so you can see how beautiful it is. And just close your eyes for a second because I'm going to lift this camera up. Don't want you to get seasick, but I think I'm a little too close. Maybe. All right. So there is 4 of each, I believe. Or maybe it's 6. I can't remember because I've used this. I've made so many cards already for an event that I'm doing. All right, so there is one side, and the opposite side is this. Look at the gorgeous watercolor images. Then we have this one. And the flip side. That's the same one. Then we have this one. And the flip side of that. This one. And the flip side. I love this one. This one. And the flip side. This one. And flip side. Look at that. Isn't that cool? There's not one piece of paper here that I dislike, so that's saying something. I can see me buying more of this paper for sure. Look at that one. I love that one. And then this one. Love that one too. Flowers. And the flip side. This kind of looks like a water scene with shoreline in the background. Look at that side. Ooh, pretty. Then we have this one. So that is all the papers. And we're going to be using a little bit of this tonight as well. If I can get it back in the package. Have a little sip of my coffee. And I will show you the sketch. This is a sketch from Casing Tuesday. And I'm going to grab my catalog. Sample is on page 24. 24. And it is this sample right here. Pull that side by side. There's the sketch. There's the sample with the perennial lavender. Okay. So we are going to make a couple of cards tonight following this sketch. Now one card I'm following this sketch pretty near exact, and the other one I'm going to just do my own thing a little bit. All right, so let me see. Let's start with this one. So we'll just tuck that envelope and that piece of DSP under there, and we will get our bits and pieces out and get started. So this is my card base, which is a standard card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Now, for this back strip, actually, how am I going to get that sketch in there? Maybe I shouldn't have printed it quite so large, eh? I've had this on my desk for a couple of weeks now because I wanted to do this sketch a couple of weeks ago. All right, so I have just picked this piece that has some of the greens and blues in it. And that piece is 1 by 5. And then I have this piece of bubble bath that's 2 7/8 by 4 3/4, which is going to fit on here. But I want to add some interest to that. So I thought we could use one of these embossing folders. And these are the Fun Pattern embossing folders. I'll stick this in here and show you the pattern. Hope that's picked up on the camera. And I am just going to line this up and grab my mini here. And we will get embossing. If I can find plates. Now, I don't think it's this way, but we'll figure it out. No, it's not that one. I didn't think so. I thought it was these ones. No, did that wrong. I need the plate for embossing. There we go. Now let's do our E. All right. We'll get it right yet. There we go. When all else fails, just read the instructions. I don't emboss with this little guy very often because I don't have a whole lot. Hello, Tiffany. Hello, Betty. Glad you could join us. I don't have a whole lot of these little embossing folders. Most of my embossing folders are larger. All right. So, my paper is stuck to the bottom of my machine. Let's work on this layout. Look at all that beautiful texture. Gorgeous. So let's get some of these glued in place. And I'm just eyeballing this. Now, if you wanted to, you could pop this up on dimensionals, but for this one I am just simply going to glue it flat. Now I have a little strip here that's 2 7/8 by 7/8, and I am going to put a greeting on there. And I have chosen the greeting, Dearest Friend. And I'm just going to use black ink. And hopefully I can get it straight. If not, there's always the other side. I'm happy with that. And I did vary the sketch a little bit because I decided that I want to map this bubblegum, or keep wanting to call this pink bubblegum, bubble bath. Just like the little pop that it gives it. All right, so there are 2 of the standalone die cuts, and I've pre-colored this. I thought we'd just pop that on there like so. I'm going to spread these out a little bit more than I had them there, and I'm just going to take a minute and get some Tombow on here. I was able to do my pre-order today. So exciting. And mine shipped today, so I should have that midweek next week. Maybe we'll do an unboxing of some new goodies. As you can see, I'm just touching different areas. I'm not doing the whole thing. There we go. I think I'll fan this out a little bit. Now maybe we will take some dimensionals. Hi, Jackie. Glad you could join us. Some mini dimensionals and put on the back of this just to give a little bit of lift. There we go. I think that'll do it. Maybe one more. All right. Let's get all those little paper backings off. Maybe. There we go. And we're just going to pop that right in the middle. And now we'll go to some large dimensionals. And we're going to pop these on. Actually, I think I'll just use 2 on this. There we have it. How pretty is that? Now, I don't usually do pastels much, but I think that turned out really pretty. We just need to bling it up a little. So, let me see what I can find. Like I said, I don't have the, those might be pretty. Let's try those. I don't have the embellishments that go with this, because I just did my pre-order today. So we'll have to wait for those. Yeah, I'm going to use these. They're a little bit darker, but that's okay. I'm just going to stick with the small ones, though. We have it. And these are the shiny sequins. You guys all ready for the big clearance next Tuesday? That starts next Tuesday. And they're clearing out all the new stuff and making room for the new products. Now I'm just going to put some glue on this envelope flap, and I'm going to make my envelope to coordinate. There we go. Now I just need to grab some snips, and we will, actually I'm going to grab these great big long ones. I find that when I'm trying to cut a straight edge, I do better with long bladed scissors. These are my glue scissors. I grab these every time I have something sticky that I need to cut. And there we go. There is our first card. I'm going to keep that little strip. I'll use that on another card. All right, I will clean this mess up, and we will pull this out of the way, and I'll bring in our second card. That one went very quickly. Once again, I'll just tuck my envelope under there. And I don't know why I have all this extra cardstock. Oh, yes, I do. I need one of those, not 2. All right. This is the one I went a little rogue with. And I put an additional layer in here. And my card base is white, so I do not need that. But I think we need to add some texture to this one. And for this one, I'm going to use just the basic embossing folder. This is the second of 3, I believe. Any embossing folder will do. Now, you bring in the big guy. And change out my plates. I need this and this, I believe. All right. And now for the magic. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? Just gives it a little bit of pizzazz. So we will just take our Tombow and put this on the front of our card. And I just have a little wee border on this just to make it pop a little bit. There we go. All right, now I have changed this up a bit. I'm going to use basic white for the strip and DSP for the panel. Think about that change up, eh? Now, if we wanted to, we could emboss this piece as well. Why don't we do that? I have another one of these folders that has stripes on it. Stripes and splatters. Let's use this one. Just add a little bit of texture to the white. Just to take the plainness off it. Now, what did I do with my plates? There they are. I think it's 1 and 3, but it may be too thick. Yes, it is. So we are going to do this one, I believe. Oh, I got my plates all in the same position. There we go. Don't think I got the tail end of that one. It was sticking out. Let me check and see if I did. Yep, I did. All right, there we go. Get this out of the way. And that just added a bit of texture on there just to give it a little something something. All right. We're going to go something like that. And then this one will go over the top. I could really use either side of this paper, but I kind of like this one. And I'm not going to go as tight as it. Let's go like that. Oop, 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 oop. Almost had a hot mess. Almost. Now I have glue all over my hands. Oh, where's my glue eraser? Because I have it all over my paper too. We'll wait to the end when that's dry. It's easier to remove that when it's dry. We'll set that aside and we're going to stamp our greeting. And for this card, I have chosen, I appreciate you. Love that greeting. Two for two. Can't beat that. Oh, somebody's at my door. They're going to have to wait. It sounds like kids. Sorry about that, folks. All right, so now I have my greeting set up. And I have a Stampin' Blend in light Calypso Coral. And I'm just going to touch the top of each of these flowers. Like so. And then I'm going to grab the dark Calypso Coral, just for a bit of contrast. There's 3 little buds, but I'm going to leave the leaves white, and I'm going to show you why. All right. That looks crooked to me. We'll try to camouflage it with our branches here. There we go. First one. Now for this one, I did the branches opposite. I'm going to leave the stems on the flowers white and do the branches in the background in the coral, just to try something different. Isn't that cool? Just a little different, eh? When I was prepping, when I got home, I didn't have anything ready. I just did this when I got home from work tonight. And, I mean, I had the sketch, of course, because I've had that for a couple of weeks. But when I was prepping this, I thought, what color? I was kind of going to lean towards the greens and yellows here at the bottom. And then I thought, no, let's just try to do it opposite and use the white. And I like it. All right, now we need some dimensionals for this tag. And this tag is a little bit big, to be honest. But this is the size that it called for. I should have probably went with a larger greeting or a smaller tag, one of the two. But guess what? We're going to make it work. Oops. And we're going to pop that right on there. And now I think why this looks a little crooked is because the lines that I used in the embossing folder aren't exactly straight. All right, now I want to embellish this. And I am going to use What am I going to use tonight? Let's have a look. I have some Calypso Coral. Nope, that's not Calypso Coral. I thought it was, but it's not. I could just use some basic white twine. And just make a not so frilly bow, just like a basic bow. And chop that off. And that can go right in there with a mini glue dot. All right, so we have that. Now let's find some Pearl's Basic Jewels. And we're just going to spatter these around a little bit. Spatter, that's a new word for scatter. All right, there we have that. All right, now I need to clean up a little bit so that, oh, I had to check for glue. Remember I had some here. There we go, we've taken care of that. And we'll move this sketch out of the way. We don't need that anymore. But I haven't done anything with this envelope. So why don't I use this embossing folder on the envelope flap? Just add a little something, something. Now, if I could get this big boy back in here. And we will run it through. Thank you, Carol. Wait till you see the other DSP, the specialty DSP. It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. I've done that. Now I think I want to stamp this image right down here in the corner, just to decorate that envelope a little bit more. So I'm going to grab a big block, and I am going to use Calypso Coral. Do something totally strange. And there's my embossed backside. And we'll just maybe go like so. Just to give it a little something, something. All right. So there is our second card, and I'll bring our other one back in here. And there is our first one. We made it all the way through. No casualties. Hi, Corrine. Glad you could join. Yes, the Calypso Coral, when you pull the colors out of these different DSPs, because there's so many different colors in one, like, there's yellows, there's greens, there's turquoise, and like in one piece there are so many colors. Like I could, on this one here, I could easily have pulled the blues and it would have looked just as sharp if I had done it with blues, but I wanted to highlight the Calypso Coral because there's a lot of blues in this paper and there's not a lot of Calypso Coral. So for this one, I really wanted to go with the Calypso Coral. Anyway, those are our cards for tonight. I am glad you could join me. I'm glad to be back with you folks. I miss doing these lives. And I will try to be back. Oh, I wanted to show you something while I'm here. You know this ribbon? It's in the annual catalog. Comes in a combo pack. It's real red and burlap, I guess it's what it's called. I think this is on the clearance, if I'm not on the sale that's coming up. Check it out. This is what it looked like. I colored this with a wild wheat Stampin' blend, and look how fabulous it looks. I couldn't believe it. I actually used it on a card, and then I had a little piece left, so I just made it into a little knot. But think about that, you know, think outside the box. Color your ribbons up. Make them coordinate. All right, we're off for tonight. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Bye-bye for now.